And my rent increased by $2,100 a month.
Throw the whole thing away. So basically, you got pandemic prices to bring people in. Oh, we're getting back to normal. Pull people back in. And then you turn around and you hit these people with the shebang, with the 700 increase, 1,100 increase, 2,100 increase. Are you out your mind? I'm speaking like a person from the working class. You right. That's a lot, bruh.
So what's causing these unprecedented rent hikes? And is there an end in sight?
New York's been expensive for a very long time, and that has to do with demand, right? People want to live here.
I saw an episode on Oprah with my mom about making a vision board.
Shout out to O. Shout out to the beautiful, beautiful O.
So I made one when I was 17 before college.
And also, let me say this. Those vision boards are important. Trust me, those vision boards are important. They change your life.
And everything's here. You have all walks of life. Anything you want, any cuisine you want. You have Broadway, museums, everything.
I forgot Broadway.
Couple that with persistently low housing supply, and you have a recipe for extremely expensive city.
After the pandemic hit in March 2020, New York City's population dropped by about 340,000.
Renters are fleeing New York City, leaving a record number of empty apartments in Manhattan. And as vacancies rise, rents are dropping.
During this period, rental inventory reached levels not seen in over a decade.
And again, it comes back with a vengeance with these price increases, especially when you finally get what you wanted and now it's increased to this astronomical amount.
A third of listings in New York City were offering rental concessions in the form of 1 month or more of free rent.
Being a landlord in the beginning of the pandemic was quite scary. There were so many unknowns.
New York City was empty at the time. People were away from the city.
It's lost the bargaining power that they had at the height of the pandemic.
I've been in the business 13 years and I've never seen the rental market quite like this.
People had bidding wars where it's like, normally you had to pay maybe like a couple thousand more. Some people were paying like 10 to 20,000 more just to secure a spot for a home. Because again, people weren't building, everything paused. And now everybody moved away. Now people moving back and people are trying to keep their area so that the prices are increasing. Because again, labor shortage, low on supplies. You're trying to do a lot right now.
My original rent was $2,250. So they're saying if I want to renew the rent, it'll be $4,395. So, yeah.
I actually did refresh my page because I thought this was an error. And I looked at the number and I just started laughing. $3,500. Like, I had to keep saying it out loud to myself because it was such a ridiculous number that I was like, this cannot be possible. This must be a joke.
When we got a new lease increase, we really wanted to talk to the landlord and discuss an option of, can we negotiate a little bit or is there any wiggle room? And they just wrote back within 15 minutes saying no, that they already gave us a preferred rate of that $700 increase.
Even if you make six figures, say you make $100,000 a year. Yes, you're up there. You're with some top people. 100 grand ain't enough. At least in these big cities, at least. Like, man.